Hola con todos. Hello. It's a pleasure to be here. I want to thank the Schelling Architekturschtiftung to this award nomination. Briefly, we're going to tell you about the things we do in our office in Quito, Ecuador. When we started back in 2007, we did not expect to run an office. Not sharing our adventures or disadventures today here with you. It just happened. What we're really looking for was happiness in what we do. Having a simple life and enjoying it, doing what we like to do. These four individuals that you see here, Pascual, Esteban, Malu, and me, David, are responsible for this thing that we call Borde. Maybe the only thing we have in common is that we are architects and that we experience our life that we experience our practice as we experience our life. Malu, she thinks everyone is responsible for their own actions. So anyone can choose the life that wants to have. You may think we're lying, but we're not. This is a recent picture of Malu. She chose to be a kid forever. Pascual, his personal self consists in fighting against his strongest fears. For him, life and architecture are about action and strength. For me, my own search is to live well the present, enjoying it, without sacrifice because of the future. I have to be happy in this very moment. And to achieve this, I have to use all resources I have at hand. In this picture, a public swimming pool, a borrowed float, and a self-managed room. Esteban, perhaps, he's the only one who has the picture clear. He's always looking for ways to achieve his goals, and he knows that the first thing to do is learning to fly. Now, looking back, we are more convinced than ever that our architectural practice is a road under construction. An open practice constantly adapting, understanding, and criticizing our social, cultural, political, economic, and geographic context. This idea of running an office and having a live experience in constant construction was initially unconscious, but is directly related to the crisis environment in which our practice develops. It's not a mystery. Latin America is a volatile region with economic, social, and political conflicts. Even though countries in Latin America are experiencing economic growth, this is not the best development indicator. There still is a long way to go if we want to talk about the stability, and especially equality in the region. For example, in our country, during the years 1996 to 2007, we had 10 presidents. What happens in our situation is that instead of complaining about the country and finding excuses, we decide to understand the dynamics into the context and provide a coherent response to these dynamics, in brief, taking advantage of the situation. We decide to face the practice using the resources we have at hand, investing all our energy in thinking the projects so we can achieve the best result with the least amount of resources in the shortest time possible. Keep on dreaming and keep on believing that change is possible. We are not an industrial country, but instead of this being a problem, we find sometimes in the traditional construction systems the answers for the projects. Local materials, local labor. We don't invent anything. We just reinterpret local knowledge and systems, valuing the ancestral knowledge through design. Simple, just common sense for us, for the client, and for the nature. Facing low budget requires that we have to think efficiently every step and always release us from our format and aesthetic prejudice. In brief, working with whatever is at hand. Almost nearly with whatever falls from the sky. Perhaps because we base our practice more in reality and less in theory, is that each project is different. And we can say for sure that there is not absolute truth. Each project is an opportunity for meditation, an excuse to rethink our professional practice, to face the challenge without fear to fail, and not focus on the success.
Okay. Insane systematization. The client wanted a house full of plants. We built a house made of flower pots. One piece of precast concrete, 4 different assembling positions. To solve everything, structure, boundary, furniture, and stairs. Everything. Every wall is different and fits different needs. Order and disorder are compatible within the same system. LEED certification versus common sense certification. This house is located in a site with a high slope. We made a cut into the sloping terrain and create a platform for the settlement of the house. By this action, we obtained soil. With the soil, we built walls. The house walls. Easy. Common sense. Unit makes us stronger. Teachers work at university. Students work in class, and community works in its own neighborhood. We do not want to work more. We just want to obtain more, doing the same daily effort. Just changing a thing. We all have the same goal. So then, the student doing the same work, but in the community's neighborhood. The teacher working at university, but searching solutions for real-life problems. Everybody, students, teachers, and community, working all together. This was the community center before joining forces. This is the community center with everyone's effort. If you have something to say, do it now. There are things that bother us, simple things. We all move by bike. No one has a car. In fact, one of those things that bother us is car smoke. When we have any concern, we do not remain silent. In this case, we cover our mouths to express our protest. People joined us, more people, and more, and more, lots of people. Resources. People think that the first thing for obtaining anything is having money. Resources and money are two different things. This was the Nueva Esperanza School, an effort from a community who thought that for obtaining something, the first thing was having money. This was going to be the Nueva Esperanza School, a cage school, made with government's money. This was the dream of the people who wanted the Nueva Esperanza School. A spaceship school to the knowledge. They dreamed without money. They asked us if we could build it. They had $200 for building it. We realized that $200 is a good budget. when besides money, you add the resources you have at hand. The teacher, kids, friends, and us were the unskilled labor who built the school. We built it in 1 week, and even the furniture. This is the result. In the end, we got 0 gravity on the spaceship. What if in a certain situation, everything that you learn in architecture school doesn't help you to answer an architectural challenge? This is the same beach we saw before. The project was very successful, and then came not only children, but also adults who wanted to share and learn. The new community center would be 5 times larger than the previous school, including a small auditorium and a kitchen. This is what is usually needed for an architectural project: survey, standardized materials, skilled labor, architectural plans, construction plans. We did not have the chance to obtain a topographic survey. We had not even electricity. We did not have access to standardized materials. In this community, there are no hardware stores, not regular shops, not even money. We have no skilled labor. There, people do not need meters, nor rules, not even watches. We have to change our way of thinking. In these conditions, architectural plans make no sense. Construction plans, we always heard of them in architecture school, but we really never understood well what they were for. What we designed was an adaptable constructive logic system. Tripod, bridge. We worked during a week with volunteers, and this is the result. Community made the project suitable for them. After a month, they finished it. There we present you the Nueva Esperanza Students' Campus. The future does not exist. We believe in future, but only if we first live and build the present. We are what we do. Day by day, we are building this dream.
Acérquense al borde. Come to the edge. We may fall. Come to the edge. It's too high. Come to the edge. And they came. And he pushed. And they flew.
Thank you.